Two Ethiopian military generals have given four options to Eritrea about sea access. It seems that Ethiopian government is telling the Eritrean government that the Eritrean government will have to choose one of these four options, that at any cost Ethiopia wants a sea access. Who are these two military generals of Ethiopia? What did they say? The two generals raised 4 points in their talk, which was published last night. I will analyze the 4 points mentioned by the two generals. Prime Media is a YouTube channel. It was a private YouTube channel, but now reportedly it has been bought by the Oromia government. Oromia government is now controlling this YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel aired a talk between two Ethiopian military generals. One is a major general and the other one is a brigadier general. Interestingly, the conversation is in Afan Oromo. The two generals it paints are from Oromia. They're Afan Oromo speaking. Generally, Ethiopian leaders, especially military leaders, when they hold press briefings, generally they talk in Amharic. The two generals are Brigadier General Bulti Tadesse and Major General Teshome Gemechu. Brigadier General Bulti Tadesse is heading Defense War College. He's commandant of the Defense War College. Which four options have been given by the Ethiopian generals to Eritrea? Now it's clear that whatever is being said about sea access, it is directed at Eritrea. So whatever is Ethiopia saying, basically it is about sea access through Eritrea. Somalia, Somaliland, Djibouti are not in the equation now. It's between Eritrea and Ethiopia. It's clear now. There was lack of clarity in 2023, but now I think everyone knows, even a layman knows, that when Ethiopia talks about sea access, it wants restoration of sea access through Eritrea. It wants access to a support of Eritrea. The two generals firstly praised Ethiopian Prime Minister. He said the Prime Minister is a game changer. In the past, it was a crime to talk about access to the Red Sea. People were put in prisons, they were punished in the past by past governments. But this government made access to sea an agenda, part of government's foreign policy. Credit goes to the Ethiopian Prime Minister for that, firstly. Secondly, Teshome Gemechu in his talk said, we don't need permission from enemy to accomplish our goal of sea access. Well, it's a very alarming statement. I mean, who is your enemy? Are you threatening Eritrea? Are you saying that we don't need your permission? We'll gain sea access by force? And are you calling Eritrea enemy? Or are you sending a message to Egypt and others who are spoilers who want a conflict between Ethiopia and neighboring countries? If the message is for Eritrea, it's a very wrong message. Irresponsible. You cannot call Eritrea an enemy while you want sea access through Eritrea. Enemies fight. Enemies don't give sea access to each other. Third point I want to mention, in which they raised in the talk, then look at the four options given by a general, one of these two generals. One of the two generals said that Bulti Tadesse, the head of defense war college, said, he said that Ethiopia is faced with those terrorist groups which have access to sea. These terrorist groups smuggle weapons into Ethiopian territories. Ethiopia cannot stop it because Ethiopia does not have access to sea. He mentioned Al-Shabaab, which has access to sea in Somalia. Al-Shabaab is known for smuggling weapons, for buying smuggled weapons. So Bulti said that Al-Shabaab has access to sea. It is buying weapons from armed smugglers, smuggling the weapons into Ethiopia. Ethiopia has no sea access. That's why it cannot stop Al-Shabaab. So in order for the war to be intensified against terrorist elements like Al-Shabaab, Ethiopia needs to have access to sea. Well, this explanation, this justification for sea access is not convincing for me. Even if Ethiopia has access to sea through Assab or through Berbera, can it control all the coast of Somalia? Can it stop Al-Shabaab from buying smuggled weapons from smugglers? It cannot. It's very poor justification. Anyway, now the four options. Bulti Tadesse, defense of war, a college commandant, in that talk with the Teshome Gemechu, mentioned four options. He said, we will do what government will tell us to do. Government will make the decisions. There are four options available. Options for Ethiopia, options for Eritrea. First option is diplomacy, that we should get sea access through diplomacy, through involvement of international community, through talks, through involvement of international community, maybe through lobbying. He didn't mention lobbying, but through lobbying, this is what he meant, through getting the support of international community. First option. Eritrea will have to consider this option. He did not say that, but he meant that. I think diplomacy is being tried. Saudi Arabia mediating. Secondly, he said negotiations. He said negotiations should happen. So again, a message for Eritrea from Ethiopian generals that talk to Ethiopia. But Assab does not want to hold any direct talks with Ethiopia on the issue of sea access. Thirdly, exchange of territories. He mentioned, Bulti Tadesse said that we can give our territories. You can get our territory and we can get your port, your area, your land leading to the port from our border. He did not mention Ethiopian profitable entities like GERD, like Ethiopian Airlines, etc. By the way, before PM Abiy's 2023 explosive talk about sea access, these options were tried. Ethiopia made offers to Eritrea. It offered shares in Ethiopian Airlines. It offered shares in GERD to Eritrean government. Offers income from other Ethiopian entities. Eritrea refused. It happened. I mentioned that, I think, in videos in 2023. These options have been tried, failed. What is the last option? Bulti Tadesse, Defense of War College of Ethiopia commandant, said that another option for Ethiopia is military mission. If government asks the military to accomplish the task of sea access through military operation, We'll do that. We will do that. We are prepared. We should be alert. It's a threat. It's a provocation, definitely. Generals, Ethiopian military generals are threatening Eritrea. Eritrea refusing to give in, saying not even an inch of its territory can be given to any country. The talk between two generals was deliberately aired in Afan Oromo because PM wants Oromia to be united on this issue. He wants Oromia to support him. With every passing day, tension is rising between Eritrea and Ethiopia on the issue of sea access. Yemane, I did a video on Yemane's statement last night. Yemane Gebremeskel responded to Ethiopian PM's speech about GERD and Red Sea through a post. So, no de-escalation. So far, verbal war of words is ongoing. Let's hope, let's pray. The verbal war of words remains a verbal war of words, or it leads to some sort of engagement. Otherwise, blunders could happen. Thanks for watching.